Hey, good morning, friends. This is Ahmed Mustafa, one of the paramedics here in upstate New York in Webster at Northeast Quadrant Advanced Life Support. And I've been looking at some of the media, listening to some of the information given by our county executive and medical director, and there's been a lot of discussion about what masks should people be wearing and should citizens be wearing them as they go out and about. So let's talk briefly about the three kinds of masks I'm familiar with. I'll share with you how I've been trained to use them, and then give you my thoughts on what you should wear or not. So in EMS, there are several masks that we are looking at, and I would say two. The first is what we call an N95. This is what we sometimes refer to as a duckbill. You'll see it's actually got notation on it. It says N95. It is actually regulated in who can make it and what the standards are for it. And an N95 relates to the amount of particulates it keeps away from coming through the mask. So this mask is meant to keep the wearer protected. It keeps things from coming through the mask. And an N95 mask is not something you just go grab off the shelf. There are different sizes. Here you'll actually see it says regular. There's small, there's large, and you need to be fitted because an N95 mask, when properly worn, actually goes over your face. So I will try and show you the right way to do it. It goes over your face, and then it actually gets fitted down. So if you're wearing glasses, or as we're instructed to do, you're wearing safety glasses, they go over the mask. So an N95 mask has to fit your face properly. One of the things that we're doing more and more these days in EMS is we're reusing these masks. Why? Because there's not enough. So what do we use when there's not enough N95 masks to protect us? We use what we call a surgical mask. So a surgical mask is more of a paper mask. It doesn't get fitted. There's a metal strip at the top so you know which way is up. And basically you're putting this on like this. You're tying it over your head. It's a very kludgy thing to do. Then you're tying the bottom around your neck here. And then, if appropriate, you're wearing your glasses, again, over the mask. Now, this will keep a lot of particulates away. It will keep your moisture from going out to the patient, but it is certainly not keeping the particle size of an N95 mask away like the N95 mask will do. Now, we are trying to reuse these masks, which are very difficult. So the ones with the ear loops that are on the side, so we can reuse them, are much more user-friendly, but in this case, I just ruined a mask. The other thing that people are talking about is the old bandana, right? So the good old bandana. So I take the bandana donated by my daughter Rana. As you can see, her name is on the bandana, and we put it over our face, and next thing you know, we're ready to go rob a bank. What does this really do? I'm not entirely sure. We know that it's not the N95 particulate scale, so it's not going to keep the particles away like this. It's also not fitted. We know it's not a medical grade quality mask, so maybe not as useful. However, it does do one thing. When you think about the coronavirus, or frankly any infectious disease that is particulate borne, so we're worrying about a disease that we believe is spread through your respiratory system. You sneeze it, you cough it, and then it gets on things and it lives for some period of time, not completely sure. Some people say 3 hours, some people say 20 hours, hard to say. But what is the biggest mistake we make? All of us, EMS, healthcare professionals, fire, police, lay people. The biggest mistake we tend to make is we touch our face. We scratch our face, we rub our eyes, we poke our nose, we do all kinds of things. You know, you sit there, you bite your fingernails, and you touch your face. So what a bandana will do is it keeps you from touching your face. So is it going to keep the N95 particulates away? No, maybe not. But in everyday exposure, you may not need that. But what this does do is keep you from touching your face. Another very good tool for that are gloves. Now, if you think about it, why do we wear gloves in the EMS field? We wear them for personal protection, right? Personal protective equipment is what we call PPE. So we put our gloves on when we get on a call, right? We grab our equipment and we go and we treat the patient. And as we're treating the patient, we remain gloved at all times so that if there's any fluids from the patient that get on us, we're isolated, right? Body surface isolation. The other neat thing is it also keeps your stuff inside you. Now, I don't have any cuts or nicks or bruises, so I'm not worried about that. But if I'm going to wear gloves as a lay provider and I'm going to get in my car and I'm going to drive to the grocery store and then I'm going to go touch everything like I normally do, and then I'm going to come home and I'm going to take these gloves off improperly and I'm going to take this one off, which has now been touching everything and touch all over it, what have I done? I've cross-contaminated. Not ideal. So the concept is, if you're going to wear a glove, wear it properly and wear it appropriately. What's appropriate? I'm not entirely sure, not an infectious disease guy. But what I will tell you is, if I was to wear a glove to protect myself in the common environment, I would probably put the glove on once I got out of my vehicle. So my vehicle, in my opinion, is clean. I should be wiping it down every day, keeping it disinfected as best I can. So I get out of my car, I've opened my handle, I've gotten ready to close the door, I've put my gloves on. I now go to wherever I'm going, a business, a grocery store, pharmacy, whatever it is. I have my gloves on. Now I'm protecting myself. I grab whatever parcel, package, in this case bandana, I want, I put it in the cart, I go back to my car. Before I touch my vehicle, which I've disinfected, I am going to deglove. I'm going to grab the inside of my glove, flip it inside out, that glove is garbage. I'm going to take the other glove from the inside, take it out, that glove is garbage. Those gloves are gone. Now I'm going to touch the things that I know are clean, get in my car. When I get home, if I listen to my wife, I'm going to leave everything from the grocery store by the door. I'm going to take things out, wipe them down, put them away. So that is how I would recommend using gloves. And one other tip that I got from my wife yesterday that I think is also worth sharing, especially for EMS and healthcare workers, is our shoes. So I have a few cousins who are doctors. They never wear their slip covers home. We should also be thoughtful about our shoes. We're in those environments that are suspect, right, out in public. You come in, don't get out of the car, wear your shoes all the way into the house, trounce around your living room, your kitchen, and then think you have a false sense of cleanliness. Those shoes should probably be left either in the garage or as close to the door as you safely can. Come inside in your stocking feet and take care of business. So, Ahmed Mustafa with what I consider some tips. I hope these were helpful. Be safe, be well. Bye.